Good morning, this is Lucky Links. So what is the message, or are the messages for this coming week coming up right after this? Good morning. It is somewhat early here in California, and I didn't get a chance. I was really so busy yesterday, I didn't get a chance to post the messages for the week. So I'm going to do that now. I'm still kind of waking up. I'm going to use some unusual oracles here. I've got soul cards that I'm using. I'm going to use this one. Let's see if this has anything. This is an old one I got years and years ago. So we got this. I'm going to take two of these here. We got this one. All right. So the first message is, as you continue through here, what is it? Was it okay for you to let go of? Because as we continue here over the months and the next, well, this is a long cycle astrologically. There's a very long cycle that we are about to enter, that we are entering into. It does augur a huge change, and I hinted at this. And for those of you who haven't seen the video that I did in December on what's the most important question that you can ask, I was actually hinting at all of this in that. I think that personally it is my philosophy, and everyone as a psychic has their own way of doing things. They have their own style, they have their own philosophy. And I think that personally what I try to do is I try to gain... I try to get the most I can from an oracle, especially when working with clients, by asking the questions or pointing out the things that the oracle is saying that allows the person who is getting the information to get the most out of it, to create the most change. And for me personally, I've always seen the value of change. Some people don't. Some people find that to be the most horrifying, hellish thing in the world, is when they have to change. But if you spend any time in nature at all, you see that a pond or a water source that doesn't have any other water rushing into it, that doesn't change, quickly becomes stagnant and creates a very unhealthy environment for all the other creatures in that environment. Okay, so this particular cycle, and I hinted at it, so those of you who haven't seen the one that I did in December on what's the most important question to ask yourself, I really think you should. People really didn't pay attention to it when I put it out. It only got a few views, and recently some people saw it and they said, whoa, this is what's going on right now. So I want you guys to start to consider these questions that I'm asking, because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to get people to be able to use these opportunities to get the most out of them. So as this cycle, and it is a much longer cycle astrologically that we're entering into right now, where things are going to change, what have you been clinging to that has created, let's say, what have you created that is in your life that has become a prison for you? And how can you allow yourself to let that go, no matter how much you are addicted to it? And what can you become if you let that go? So that's the first message, okay, that I want you guys to consider right now, right? And then we got some soul cards here, and then I'm going to use some playing cards. All right. The overarching theme of the whole thing is watch what you put into your mind right now. What are you feeding your mind with? This is a time where it will be very easy, and I've even seen people who are fitness people and people who do workout videos saying, well, like, I've actually been not eating so good, and some of them some of them are as gung-ho as always, but I've actually been seeing a lot of people going, well, I'm not eating as well. I'm watching a lot of Netflix. And be aware that what you put in your mind and what you put in your body are very important in this time, because they will affect your mood. All of those things will affect the different organs of your body, and all of the organs of your body have certain outcomes. If you eat foods that throw your liver off, you're going to get angry. If you eat foods that throw your spleen off, you're going to become distrustful. If you eat foods that throw your heart off or deplete your heart's energy, you will find anger and hate arising. So be very aware of what you put in your body and what you're feeding your mind. Very, very specifically your mind, because it is the mind. It comes from the mind first and then shows itself in the body. So what you're putting in your mind right now will affect your reality as you move forward here. So are you feeding on things that are creating suspicious and fear and making you dislike other people, or are you feeding on things that can actually encourage your own growth? What are you learning during this time? And if you have kids, what are they learning at this time, and what are you encouraging them to learn at this time? Okay, so that's the first piece. I would say, how can you connect to nature and how can you connect to the natural world is extremely important in this time. Watch for self-pity. And if you find yourself going into self-pity, then go back to this one. What have you been feeding your mind that's been encouraging you to go to self-pity? And if self-pity is your go-to in situations where it's difficult, how can you take a step to then use this opportunity to empower yourself instead of being in a place where you're going to that self-pity? Because I promise you, the self-pity is not going to go very well. It will just bring you into a spiral where no positives can come from it. So at this moment, what's the next action that you take? So in these situations where you find yourself in a challenge, instead of shutting down and going to self-pity, my question is, what is the next step that you can take? Remember that what has happened is now gone. So what happened 10 minutes ago is 10 minutes ago. That was 10 minutes ago. Now, what one step can you take to move forward to create an outcome that will give you what it is that you're looking for? And if you find yourself in a position where you go, I don't know, I'm going to teach you a little trick from hypnosis. What you're going to do is you're going to say, if I did know, what would be the first step if I knew exactly what the outcome was that I wanted, what would be the first step that I took? Or looking back from a place of success. So you put yourself forward in that place of success, see it, smell it, feel it, put yourself in that position. And then you ask yourself, what step did I take first to get here? And then you take that step. And then another option would be to put yourself in the mindset of someone that you admire who could do it. Make yourself that person, feel yourself as that person. What is the first step that I would take? And then take that step. And the next one is the message that keeps coming up over and over and over again. Do not alienate yourself from other people. Be aware that in the long run, no one can do anything alone, and you can only succeed when enough people want you to succeed. So be very careful that you start to ask yourself, who are the like-minded people that I can work with, join with? And then there's another thing that's happening too. I noticed this at the store, and I went to the grocery store to get some things, and I noticed a woman. People are like getting like weird around each other. They're getting scared of each other. They're isolating themselves. They're becoming disconnected from other people. We're social beings, and we need to be social. And my advice is to continue to laugh with other people, continue to connect to other people, continue to look in their eyes, continue to see that as an individual with a heart, with a soul, with a heart, and with a purpose, and with wants and needs, just like you do. And if we find ourselves in a position of not helping other people or not connecting other people because someone else has told us that we should isolate ourselves from other people, then you really think about that. we're human beings who need to connect with other people. It's very important to remember that even as this stage of, as I've been saying in these videos, and as we view it in Tibetan Bon, is purification, purifying habits that are causing suffering. Remember this, that we need other people. Okay, so then I'm going to add a couple of playing cards to this, and I want you guys to know that those of you who wanted to take the advanced playing card class, it starts Thursday. There's still time to sign up before it starts. So if you're interested in signing up, contact me, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. I'm just going to see if there's any playing card messages here. I got prosperity and success. Okay. Wow. Kind of reiterates. All right, for those of you who are parents at this time, the message to tell your, here's a message that, here's a message to teach your kids that their true value, their true worth, that true prosperity comes within them, and their ability to connect with other people, and their ability to create what is truly valuable in a way that builds and gives not only a value for value exchange, but that that builds something that has depth, and that builds something that has elegance, beauty, and meaning to it, and allows for freedom. In another sense, I'm going to say, what have you specifically valued and placed as value in your life? And is that truly what's valuable now? As you're looking at it, or can you say this is truly what's valuable for now? Also, what's happening right now, if you shift your focus and say what is happening right now can truly set me up and align me if I partner with the right people. Now go back to that prediction I did. And for those of you who haven't seen it, the prediction I did on the coronavirus prediction. The right people. How can I partner with the right people to express in this world what is truly valuable? And that video that I did with the animal oracle will show you some of the kinds of people that are about to emerge, and you can sort of negotiate those waters. I'm Lucky Links, as always, wishing you success and good fortune in all that you do. I hope that you guys have a great week. If you'd like to schedule a reading with me, I am busy right now. People are scheduling a lot of readings, but I am taking new clients. I am taking my old clients. I am still doing readings. And I am also doing lots and lots and lots of Tibetan astrology charts. If you would like to know why during this exciting and unfamiliar time in human history, why you are here, I can suggest very strongly that you do your Tibetan astrology chart, your Tibetan Bon astrology chart, and we will take a look at what's going on there. 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com if you want to get a reading or you want to get your chart done. Those of you who are struggling, those of you who are my clients who are struggling, I've been helping you to connect to Lord Namtos, the Tibetan wealth gods, and everyone who's done it has found an improvement in their circumstances. So I'm glad you guys have done that, and I'm glad you guys have discovered Lord Namtos' generosity. That's it. I think you want to take a class. I have one in how to read playing cards, one on how to, actually these soul cards. We actually use them in the crystal ball scrying class, as I teach people how to scry in the cards first, and then I move them into several other things: bowl of water, salt, and the crystal. So if you'd like to take a crystal ball scrying class, 779-302-8009 or conjurehope@gmail.com. Mexican Loteria, Lenormand Basic, Lenormand Grand Tableau, basic playing cards or advanced playing cards. Also, Tarot Basic, Tarot Advanced. If you want to take any of these classes, contact me. Remember, this is an opportunity to really, truly see what you've been valuing, what's been holding you back, and if you do it right, this could really set you up for a huge change in your life. And remember this, as I've been saying in the other videos, in times of purification in Tibetan Bon, we always say, what habit are you clinging to that's causing you suffering? When you let go of the habit, your life changes and the suffering that goes with that habit falls off. I want you to consider that as the events that are continue to transpire.